Okay, a good local tennis story this week has been a hearing-impaired duo Chris Macon and Olwyn Ho taking out the Division 7 title of the Hills District Tennis Association Finals. And joining me on the program is Olwyn's mother, Lynn. Lynn, welcome to Saturday Sports Roundup.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, pretty good, thanks. So, Lynn, what are some of the challenges that face hearing-impaired tennis players?
Well, not too many, actually. We found that the Hills District Tennis Association really helped us. They said, look, whatever you need, let us know and we'll help you out. Really what it ended up to be is just we needed to tell the other teams how to sign the scores. As you're aware, you know, when you've got hearing impaired or deaf tennis players, they can't actually hear when someone just uses their voice and says out or the scores, they can't hear them. Yep. So I just had to explain or interpret for my son and his friend in the team to the other teams, this is how you do the scoring.
And obviously they've been playing some pretty good doubles tennis together. How do they communicate playing doubles?
Well, they use Auslan, which is Australian Sign Language, the national sign language for deaf people here in Australia, and they just talk. Well, when I say talk, I mean they just sign normally to each other. They're chattering away just like hearing kids are talking away on the other side of the court, except you can't hear them. You can only see them sort of using their hands.
What are some good strategies for hearing tennis players to effectively communicate with them?
Well, you know what the thing I noticed? I saw the other teams go very quiet. You know, there wasn't much actual verbal talking going on, but there was a lot of concentrating and a lot of action with the ball.
Oh, how long have the pair been playing together?
Well, they started playing probably about 2 years ago. We were very fortunate that a coach who is himself hearing impaired and knows sign language was able to help the boys with a few basics and get them up to speed, get them into an intermediate level, or, you know, help them understand some of the rules and regulations and how to play, give them a bit of coaching. And then they got to a point where they were ready for a bit more of a challenge.
So they will be continuing to play?
They've both signed up for next round, the winter competition at the Castle Hill Court. So, we're not sure exactly which division they're going to go into. Someone said they might go up. We'll just see how it goes.
And what would you say to any other, deaf tennis players who would, or people who know the deaf tennis players, to get them more involved in tennis?
Well, I guess it helps to have somebody there just to break the ice with the other team. Sometimes hearing teams, are not sure what to do, whatever, but as soon as they've played one game with these guys, they just, it's just, we remember how to do the sign scoring. No problems, we'll just go ahead. If there's a conflict over scoring or something like that, the guys, they're able to resolve it themselves, but sometimes it's nice to be able to have a reassuring voice, to tell them, it's okay, they're not trying to cheat or anything.
Oh, and how do the boys feel about it themselves, this achievement?
Well, my son's a 15-year-old, and like all 15-year-olds, they act pretty cool. They don't sort of give too much away, but he was pretty well, he was pretty stoked. He likes tennis a lot. He enjoys it as something to get away from his computer, and it's a great way to, get to know others in the community as well.
It's a really good social activity, isn't it?
I think it's great, and it's one of the fewer sports. We did try soccer, but we found that the hearing impediment was just a little bit too hard when you were working with other hearing kids in the team. If you had a full deaf team, maybe it would be different, and I know in some suburbs they do have full deaf soccer teams, and they seem to go pretty well. But when there's just the two of them in a tennis team, there's no problem with playing with hearing kids. We've found that out, and particularly where we are at the moment at Castle Hill, the other teams and also the other parents are really supportive, so we've been really lucky.
Oh, thanks so much for joining us on Saturday Sports Roundup, Lynn.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.